Okay, good morning. We are live. Um, let's jump right into it today. We've only got about 4 minutes until market open, so I want to be able to get right into it as soon as that starts. So, without further ado, let's talk about what's happened since yesterday. First of all, we do have some news today. The first round of news came in at 8:15 a.m. That would have been a little over an hour ago. Didn't really do anything to the market. I'll be honest, I'm not like 100% sure if that even came out because of the government shutdown, but I think more than likely it did. It's not marked that it didn't, so I'm pretty sure that it came out. We didn't see much of a move though from it. Our range in the pre-market today is very, very tight, meaning we really haven't made a big move in the pre-market, so we've got a pretty tight range that we need to break out of here. Second thing is we have PMI news. That's at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, and then ISM services at 10 a.m. Eastern. So what we need to do is just be a little bit aware of that going in so that we can make decisions around those time frames as best as possible. Jumping into the individual tickers today. So ES, I like it above its pre-market high here, but I like it a little bit further above that at 69.80 if it gets there. The initial 69.65 break where pre-market high is a little choppy because there is some ranging that happened between 69.65 and 69.80 yesterday, so I want to be a little bit mindful of that going in and kind of ensure that we're taking the safest possible trade. To the low side, we've got pre-market low. It touched there twice. That 69.30 level, more or less, is where that's sitting at. Next thing, and the one that I'm probably most excited to watch today is going to be AMD. AMD reported earnings last night. AMD beat earnings. AMD dropped. The reason for the drop, most likely, AMD went on an insane run in the last couple of weeks, excuse me. It basically went from $202, I believe, in early January, all the way up to $250 at close yesterday. So a very, very significant change in the stock price very, very quickly. Generally, that results in earnings dropping the stock price, unless there is some sort of extreme example where it beat earnings by a significant amount and it had some great news along with that. So that's kind of important to note. We are going to watch AMD below its pre-market low. It actually just broke through that and made a new low at 213.88. So we will watch it below that. I put 214 on the watch list, but if you see 214 on the watch list, you now know what that means. Next thing is Meta. Meta made a pretty strong move to the downside in pre-market, capping out at 681. It did actually bounce here up to about 688. I will be watching it below 681. We just opened. 1 second. Gap fill on ES is tiny. It's 9 points. It's from 69.16 to 69.24. 8 points, excuse me. It's going to get filled right away. It's going to get filled right now. So there is no gap fill for us to take today. That's not going to be an option. The last thing that I'm looking at today is Palantir. Palantir reported earnings 2 days ago, so they still have a lot of volume. Yesterday's low was 153, and it basically touched that again in the pre-market. It touched 153.70. So I like it below that level to continue down if that happens. So those are the things that I will be watching today. Like I said, we opened a little up here on ES and basically went down and filled the gap immediately. So just be mindful of that. That we're not going to have the gap fill today, so we really need to get out of this range on ES. There goes AMD right away. AMD went right through that level down to 210. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. AMD's really pushing. Palantir pushed down. It's getting close to its pre-market low. Meta, same thing, but not quite as close. NQ and ES, both are synced up on the first candle of the day. Both dropped quite a bit. That's good because we really haven't been fortunate enough to see that too often over the last couple of weeks where they get synced up right away. So let's see if they stay in sync. That's really the important part here. And then we can kind of make our decisions from there. Good morning, everybody, by the way. Thanks for joining the stream. If it's your first time, go ahead and give us a follow. We'd be very appreciative of that. And we hope that we can make some good content, some good wins for you, answer your questions, and just kind of give you guys an overall very good experience. So that's kind of the goal here. I do have the new mic today. Thanks for calling that out, Trading Wins. I got the mic today. I think it's better. I can hear myself in my ears. It sounds better. I think it's good. I've got a little cold, so I apologize if you hear me like sniffing into the mic. Sam Samore, what's up, buddy? How we doing? Man, we're making a nice move down right off the bat here. I just want it to wait a few minutes for us. Hey, I don't trade gold. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what to do there. I would love to share some information with you about gold, but I don't trade precious metals, just stocks. But hey, thanks for joining this. I appreciate you joining the stream, and I appreciate you asking the question. But I focus mainly on stocks. I know a little bit about crypto. I don't day trade it though. I just bag hold it, basically long-term hold it. Precious metals, I'd rather own them physically. I don't really trade futures or anything on it. Yeah, Palantir, wow, a really, really strong move down to 151 level on Palantir. As soon as we get out of this first 5 minutes of market, we are going to be watching both AMD and Palantir to take puts on. They're both already below our levels. So we're going to see where they are here in just a minute and likely enter a trade with one of those. NASDAQ and ES still synced up. We could not say that much about them really for the last week, so it's nice to see that they're all synced up. We are coming out of the first 5 minutes. We've got 1 minute left on that. And then we're going to take our entry points here on Palantir and AMD. AMD will be below this low here, this 210 level that it just created. If you look at, I'm going to pull up the book map here on the top left so that you have it. If you look at the book map, they've got 96,000 orders at that 210 level. So going to watch that. And then Palantir, going to watch probably below 149. Actually, might be able to take it straight up below this 150 level. I'm going to keep an eye on that because I think that we might be able to take it right away below this 150 level. I do like the way it looks, especially if we get a little retest back. AMD, though, bounced off this 210 now, 3 straight candles. So if it gets through there, I think that's going to be a real strong entry point. Oh, wow, Meta's through our level as well here. Okay, we're going to watch all of these. I'm going to watch AMD first, though. AMD is the biggest one here because they just reported earnings. They're going to have the most volume. So I'm going to watch AMD through this 210 level. Let's see if it can break it. It is cleared on Bookmap. Just waiting for it to get some momentum to go through. Hopefully gets the volume to do so. NQ, ES still synced up. They are bouncing back a little bit, both of them, at this moment. Good morning, by the way. Thank you, everybody that joined the stream. We got quite a few this morning, so appreciate everybody tuning in. If you don't already, give us a follow. We'd love to have you come follow us. I trade every morning, so always on here for you guys, answering questions, whatever you need. So please, please, please give us a follow. And thanks for joining the stream. Okay, so right now, Meta, Palantir, and AMD all bounced. So we are just going to watch them now below their new low of days that they just made. We didn't enter anything yet. So we're going to watch them all below those low of days. Wow, that's a very strong retest on AMD. I'm glad we didn't hop in and get shaken out like we did yesterday on the NVIDIA trade, which was a bit unfortunate. Made a NVIDIA trade yesterday. 183 was the level that I got in at. It retested all the way up to 185, shook me out at about 184.50, and then dropped to 179, 178. So, bit of an unfortunate result there with that one, but sometimes that's the reality of it. Palantir is below its low of day here. I want it to break through this 149 level on Palantir. That's what I'm going to look for. I'm looking at 148 puts on Palantir if it gets below this 149 level. I would really like the market to start trending in that direction down with it as I take that trade. What's up, Nico? Thanks for joining today, man. Appreciate it. I would really like to wait for Palantir to break this 149, and I would like to see. There goes ES and NQ. They're working together now. That's good. No, we didn't quite get through this 149 level on Palantir. I've got the book map up on it, so you should be able to see what I'm talking about there. About 18,500 orders at that level. If it gets through, I actually may hold off and wait for a retest back of that level. And the reason I say that is because the market is not trending down right now. And I'm not seeing huge sellers step into the market. It'd be a little bit different if I saw the huge sellers step in and the market was trending. But you got to be a little bit careful in that situation. Really rangy here on ES and NQ down to this 69.35 level on ES. I want to see it break 30 to the low side. Then the highest it's made today has been 69.56, so less than a 20-point range that's been sitting in today. NQ, similar tight range as well. NQ's is about a 125-point range that's been sitting in. Keeping my eye still on Palantir here. I think I'm going to wait for a break and retest, though, of the 149. Or I might just scale in my entry. Meta's dropping again. I want to watch Meta below low of day here, 678.50. Let me look at bookmap on Meta. There's really nothing there. Just 678 a little bit. Interesting. Whenever stocks look like this on bookmap, Meta right now that I'm looking at, for example, you want to be a little careful because you can get some real aggressive retests in this range if there's not a ton of orders on bookmap like you see here. There's a few on the outside levels here and not on the rest, so good market momentum will move that price very easily, which is a good thing. But on the negative side of that quick move can result in a lot of volatility. So just something to be aware of. Palantir still hasn't made this move through the 149 level at this time. What's up, bud? We do have news in 5 minutes. So once that comes in, we should see something else. We should see some market movement. PMI. Looks like it's still coming out despite the shutdown. It's just like unemployment and jobless, it looks like, is impacted by the shutdown. AMD rejecting a bit here too. That's a big retest. That's why you don't trade the first 5 minutes. AMD just dropped to 210 and then retested all the way back to 215 and we'll see if it continues to move down, but kind of a real crazy pushback there. I mean, you're going to see a lot of volume on AMD today. You're going to see quite a bit of movement, big candles because they reported earnings last night. We've got Google tonight, Amazon tomorrow on earnings. Those are going to be good ones as well. So we'll focus a little bit on Google tomorrow and then Amazon the day after. Where are my... no, they're down a little bit today. Microsoft is up today. I bought some Microsoft. I posted a video yesterday. I bought a little bit of Microsoft. They're on a yearly gap fill right now. Excuse me. I'm back from May 1st of last year. And so I bought some really cheap puts on it, like 25 cents. They made it to over 100% yesterday, so I ended up closing half of the position just to take my money back and let the rest run. Looks like the rest could honestly just end worthless here if we don't get another move down on Microsoft. But it was a good trade. I like taking those little trades that are... okay, hold on one sec. Palantir looks to be dropping, so I just want to keep an eye on this real quick. Okay, Palantir cleared the orders out at 149. If it retests this like 149.50, I might just start entering small here. I just don't like that the market's trending up everywhere else. I'm going to hold off for a sec. I like sometimes taking those little kind of 30-cent contract trades because those are fun. You can run those up 400 or 500% sometimes. And you only need to do that, once every 4 times or once every 5 times maybe to be profitable. So, and if you take out half your position size when it gets to 100%, well, makes it even easier. But obviously, with that, you get increased volatility. Whatever position size you enter, you should be prepared to lose the whole thing. Because if it doesn't go to 100%, you're going to lose every bit of it. And so I think my trade total was $1,100 or $1,000, right? And so basically I took my $1,000 back and the rest are running. If I win it, I make $4 or $5 grand, maybe a bit more. If I don't, break even, I stay there. Okay, Palantir is trying to work its way back through this level. I just don't like that the market is trending up everywhere else and very choppy. I do like it below this level though. Okay, we're seeing sellers enter the market. I'm going to enter about a third of my Palantir position. I'm going to wait for pullback potentially on more entry. So right now we're just in light on Palantir. Setting my stop loss here a little bit above 150, top of the candle. It just looks I'll be honest, it does look a little risky today because just where the market's trending, but I have faith that Palantir post earnings here is going to have good volume with it, so I think it's going to continue to move down. And if we retest this 149 level again, I will probably enter a few more contracts on this position. I'm just being a little cautious here, but we are seeing the drop right now. See if we get through this 148 level. About 25,000 orders there. Damn, I really want to scale more into this position. I need to find a pullback to do it, though. I can't do it right now. There's a big sell drop there on Palantir. It's through the 148 level now. I'm not taking profits on this till at least 147 or so. There goes Meta through the low of day. I like Meta, too. I'm going to hold off, though, on a Meta trade. The market's not trending down just yet, so I want to be a little cautious. AMD is also getting close to its low of day. I do like AMD. I'd rather take AMD than Meta today just because of the earnings. So, just going to keep probably a closer eye on that one than the Meta right now. Palantir's just pushing through new lows here. Just being patient on this, really, honestly. I'm in no rush to scale out of this. Just going to keep following my stop loss down. My stop loss is basically close to break even already at 149, so I'm kind of running the rest of this trade risk free. So I want to see what happens. Very rangy still. Just want to call that out. ES, NQ, just sitting in the middle here, really doing nothing. Probably means it could be a pretty good breakout if and when it happens. We did have news come in 2 minutes ago. We didn't really see much of a spike in volume anywhere. So, just heads up on that. I believe we had another set of news, just double checking that really quick. We do have another set of news at 10 a.m. and that will be ISM services. Well, if PMI didn't just move it, ISM's not going to move it either, but we'll see. Could be a little bit of a double bottom on AMD. It must have wicked pretty close to this 210 level, 5 times now? So I wonder if we're going to see the bump off the bottom there on AMD. Palantir's rejecting now. Sellers are going to step back in here. Retested this 148. Looks like it's going to stay below, though. Getting a little bit of upward movement on ES and NASDAQ. ES is above its VWAP. NASDAQ is not above its VWAP right now, so just want to be mindful of that. Really would like to see NASDAQ get above its VWAP if we're going to take something to the upside on ES, but I slightly prefer the 6980 entry on ES. I'd love to take a big ES trade today if possible, if we get the right levels. AMD is going to make another run at this 210 level. I'm kind of interested to see if it gets through now. Palantir is taking a run at this 147 level to the low side. We are up as much as we've been up in this position. It just got through the 147 level. There's the premium spike. I'm going to scale out ever so slightly on this trade. Still holding most of my position, more than half right now, because I'm basically in this risk-free where my stop loss is at. And I think we could see quite a bit of movement still on Palantir today. Stop loss moving down to just below 150 here. Little baby trade to start it. Little baby trade to start the day. Not too bad. I wish I'd have scaled in full size there. Yeah, hindsight 2020. I thought we might get a pullback, and just because the market was moving the other direction, but not quite. All right, AMD is through this level to the low side. Should we hop into AMD trade as well? I think we should hop into AMD. I think we should have fun this morning. I want to see it push through this low, though. Let me look at its book map really quick. Just see where the levels are at. 209, 208. Yeah, of course. Par for the course. Okay. It bounced off this 209 level, so I would like to see it get through that if I'm going to take something on it. ES is trying to push back below through its VWAP here. We're going to see if it gets through. NASDAQ still below its VWAP. I'm moving my stop loss down now on Palantir. We broke through that 147 level pretty good. My stop loss is going to be here at 149 at the top of the previous 5-minute candle. 148.75 to be exact. What's up, bud? How you doing, man? Got my dog over here saying hello. What's up, Mr. Mars? I mean, percentage-wise, this is actually a pretty big trade, which is kind of funny. It just didn't Not a huge position size. All right, we're through the 146. I'm scaling out a touch more on this Palantir here. I just am down to a couple of runners now. Anybody catch that Palantir with me? Drop it in the chat if you did. Let's see him. Let's see it. Who caught it? Hey, what do you need? Oh, you want your bow. Here, bud. Have your bow. ES now pretty firmly below its VWAP level. Low side, I want to see the 6930 break. That's what we'll be looking for. All right, nobody caught Palantir. Just me. That's okay. Meta's going to try to make it a move through low of day here. This is just a slow grind, this Palantir down, which is good. I like that when I'm in a trade. I like a slow grind. I like a slow grind down like that. Oh, man. Hey, stop that. ES, NQ starting to break a bit lower now. Let's see if we see any continuation on that. It's good for our Palantir. Should keep following the market here. Meta looks good below low of day 677. Gosh, this is a tough range. I don't think I would take Meta below 675. I think I'm going to adjust it to 675 for the entry. I would have liked to take the 680, but it broke, unfortunately, too early in the market, and we had to wait for a new low of day. And now, I don't know, just looking at this bookmap chart, it's very choppy, very rangy, and I don't want to get caught in a pullback that's going to shake me out. So I think I'm going to wait for this 675 break before I enter anything in Meta. Palantir is just making a really clean move down here. This is about where we entered. Was it 147 or it might have been further back? But just knocking out all these levels. Knocked out 147, knocked out 146. It's got the most orders we've seen at a level today at 145. That's 84,000 orders. If it gets through there, we're going to see a really, really nice premium spike. So I'm interested to see if it can get through that level, the 145. Stop loss right now is sitting at 148.77. That's going to be a bit better than break even. Might be about break even by the time we get there. But we're out of basically 2/3 of my position right now. Palantir's making another run here. See if it starts filling those orders. They're starting to fill those orders at 145. Boom. Done. Wow. That's nice. All right, I'm going to sell off another contract here at Palantir, scale out a bit more with the 145 break. Got a really nice premium spike as we broke there. And just hanging on to the rest here. I am going to move the stop loss to the top of this candle. 147.27 is about where our stop loss level will be. And I will probably just keep moving down the stop loss so long as ES and NQ stay below VWAP. ES is looking like it's going to get above its VWAP here, but if both of those are dropping below VWAP still, I'm just going to hold this Palantir and let it run as long as it takes, quite frankly. Ooh, Microsoft's down on the day. Maybe our contracts are looking good there. Just a heads up, that Microsoft trade is not going to be involved in, obviously, the P&L you see on the screen. That is separate. I took that one on a different brokerage, actually, because I took it after market hours on the go. Not after market hours, excuse me, after streaming hours. Meta's made a move through that 66.77 level now. Palantir is going to make a run at the 144 level. Where's the stopping point here on Palantir? It's probably... It's crazy that they're below where they're at. Yeah, 140. 140 would be my final... I probably actually will... Like, I would scale out fully at 140 if it got there. I think before then, though, I'm just going to follow a stop loss down. And 140 is where I'll take profit. Final profit on this. Sorry, bud. We don't need your cheap viewers. We want people here that want to have fun and want to learn and want to grow. We don't want people here because I paid them to be here. But while you're here, why don't you give me a follow? That would be nice. That's funny. Stop loss still sitting at 147. Not going to change that yet. We got a nice little ceiling that formed back at the 145 level. You can see it on the screen here. 23,000 on Bookmap. 23,000 orders on Bookmap. So that's good. We got a nice little ceiling there. There it goes. Palantir just chewed through the 144. Doesn't look like there's going to be an end in sight on this Palantir. Oh, gosh, I'm missing the NVIDIA move now. Excuse me, the AMD move now. I don't like the candles, though, the volume on AMD. It looks like it dropped off. I actually prefer Meta, the setup right now, even though AMD is coming out of earnings. The other thing that I like to think about, hold on really quick. I'm sorry. I am entering Meta. I'm in a Meta trade now, Meta puts. Sorry, I wanted to get that out of the way real quick. We are in Meta puts. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I actually like oh, I know what I was going to say. Sorry. I like the setup on Meta. The thing that I like about, or I don't like about AMD today is they actually beat earnings. They crushed it. Now, I understand why the stock dropped because they had made so many big moves recently. But there goes the market, too. I'm watching SPX now as well for puts. I'm going to have to close out of one of these trades, though, if we enter another one. I want to watch the 69.30 break. All right, I'm in SPX puts now. No, I'm not. I lied. Please excuse me. I just made a mistake. I just bought more Meta puts. That's good. It dropped. I just sold them back out. That was my mistake. Shit, that sucks, though. I just missed that SPX trade. I think I might just have to hold off now. I think that was the universe telling me I shouldn't enter this SPX trade. That sucks, though. That would have been so nice. We just moved 5 points from where I went to enter. Oh, that's horrible. The contracts are kind of juiced today. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to my thought on AMD. How far can it go is really my point that I'm trying to make. They beat the crap out of earnings yesterday. Like, it can't go that far, the stock. Ooh, do we take a re-entry here on SPX? Ugh. Okay, I'm not feeling, like, super good about it, so I'm just going to hold off. I was thinking about taking a re-entry here on the retest. I'm already in 2 put trades, so I might just sit on those. Where am I taking profit on Meta? I don't know. I think I'm just going to take a little profit here because I don't know where I'm going to take it. So now sounds like a good time to do it. Just a little bit here. I'm still in more than half my position on Meta. Still in the last Palantir runner as well. That is I'm holding that till the 140 level. Wow, there's the big break on SPX. Yeah, okay. The re-entry there was the right thing to do. Okay, we missed that one. I'm sorry. I tried to enter. That sucks. We're still in all this other stuff, though. We're still having fun. Stop loss on Palantir is getting moved down now to 145. Damn, that sucks. Okay, we should have re-entered on that 69.30 break. That just, I don't know. That whole sequence just got a little messed up, so that's okay. Meta is through the 672 level now. It's a good Meta trade, actually. I want to get to the 670 level on Meta. Wow, that would have been such a good trade on SPX. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch the SPX trade? Or the Meta trade with me? We're actually up just as much on the Meta trade as we're up on the Palantir trade. There goes Meta through the 671 level. Taking off another contract here. Move the stop loss down to 676 on Meta now. Palantir still just holding. Going to move that stop loss down. I want to see 140 on Palantir. We're getting there. I know it. AMD's making a nice move. It's a choppier move, though, on AMD. It is a choppier move. If you look at AMD right now, I don't really love the way that chart looks. It's a bit of a choppy move, so I'm kind of glad we didn't take that. Yeah. Damn, that would have been such a nice SPX trade. Okay, I can't get mad at that. But I sat here and I clicked it to enter, but I accidentally clicked to buy more Meta contracts. Now, luckily, Meta still dropped, so still made money there. Otherwise, those mistakes can cost you a little bit. But I was about to enter 6 contracts on SPX, which is like a $15,000 trade. That would have been big. That's okay. There we are through the 670 level on Meta. I'm going to close out one more contract just in runners here. Stand by just one quick second. Okay, forgive me for that. My dog was, I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to grab something out there. We're up just about $1,000 on each of these trades, Palantir and Meta. So, good trades. Very good trades. And we are out of most of the position on both of them. We're just in a runner left on Palantir and Meta. There goes Meta. Keep moving down. I'm going to move the stop loss on Meta now, 675. Uh, 142. I want to just check the... Yeah, Palantir still looks good to drop to that 140 level. That's where I'm going to take profits. Probably around 140.50. I probably won't... I probably won't wait for the 140 break. Anybody get any W's today? Is it just me? Pop in the chat if you took something today. Trading Wiz, I know you got stuff today. What'd you take? Palantir is making a push for this 142 level now. Let's see if it gets through. Okay, Meta made another dollar move down through this 669. I am going to drop stop loss just to 674. I'm probably going to drop it lower here once this candle closes. I want to see where this candle closes, though. Palantir, 142. Next entry on SPX below low of day. Below 69.10 here. Run it to 6,900. I don't know if I'm going to take that, though, to be honest. I like the first setup, and I missed that. And I think it's... I don't want to chase jumping into that trade. But 69.10 is the next level. If there's good volume, you could do it. There has been good volume on the last couple of candles. So, it's definitely doable. Size down, though. If you took some wins already, size down. If you're already a winner today, stay a winner. That's the most important thing here. Protect your capital. All right. We got some good trades. And we're still hanging out in some of them right now, having fun. The last contracts are going to be better than break even, no matter what happens now. Could be less than the P&L you see on the screen if the stock gets to my stop loss, but very good trades. We're not risking any significant portion of that P&L that's on the screen yet. Well, those of you that caught the stream, that are on stream maybe for first time today, thanks for joining. If you haven't already, give me a follow. Appreciate the support here. Good day for us, too. February's been very quiet. We've taken really just some small trades here. By the way, I'm moving the stop loss to 144 on Palantir. We've taken just really, I think, 2 small trades in February, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I was down like $500. So this just puts us back in the green for the month. I mean, we're just starting out. We're early in this month. I haven't taken a single SPX. Oh, no, I lied. I took an SPX trade yesterday. I was going to say I haven't taken an SPX trade at all this month, but I did take one yesterday. We won that one yesterday, but small because our runners didn't end up as profitable. How does the mic sound today? Does it sound better? I feel like it definitely does. But you guys tell me what you think. All right, sorry, trying to get my dog in there. Give me 1 second. Apologies, dog's being a bit antsy today. AMD made a pretty nice move through that 210 down to 206 overall. Palantir was a better move, though. Palantir was the best move. Meta, honestly, I think we took the two best plays between Meta and Palantir, and we did a good job of staying off of AMD there. That's great, though. We were able to take 2 trades right off of our watch list here. I wish I could say that we took 3 trades because I was about to take that ES trade on SPX, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens like that. Excuse me. A lot of buyers just stepped in on Meta here. Might close this out. Let's see. Palantir's still hanging, though, near its low. Actually, probably going to make a new low of day, despite ES and NQ bouncing back. Meta, I'm watching. Oops, excuse me. What just happened there? That was weird. Meta, I'm watching 674 as the stop loss. I really want to see Palantir get to this 140. It's going to happen. I really think it's going to happen. It's not worth it to enter it right now, though. The reason I say that is I'm $2 from my final take profit and $2 from my stop loss. And so that's a 1-to-1 ratio. You don't want that when you enter a trade. You can have that on runners. That's fine. You don't want your whole trade to be that. You want your trade to be 2-to-1, 3-to-1. Yeah. Bounce back really clean on ES and NQ. They're still below VWAP, though. That's also part of the reason I'm trying to hold on to this meta trade here. Do 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 do. Meta starting to move back down a pinch here, as well as ES and NQ. That's the first sight of buyers that we've seen since we started this rebound about 10 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. News brought in volume and dropped that market on that move. That's really what did that. I'm not overly upset. We were already in 2 put trades, so it was good. It was good. Palantir just sitting at this 142. I think it's going to get through here. Let's see. Maybe. Boom. There it is. Look at that. That just spiked the contracts, almost $1 on that. That's crazy. I'm going to move the stop loss down again on Palantir here. 143 basically. 143.30 or so. Top of these candles. Meta's fighting me back here. That's okay. I'm going to close out of this meta. Not yet. Hold on. I lied. There. Let's see if Palantir gets to this 141 level. I was about to close out of that meta trade and it bounced right off my stop loss level, so I'm still just going to hold it for now. ES has wicked now to its VWAP. We will see if it wicks away from it. Palantir made a bit of an aggressive wick there too. I don't really want to close out of these trades so long as ES and NASDAQ are below VWAP. So the Palantir, for example, like got close to the stop loss there, but if we reject away from VWAP here, we probably will see another new low of day on all these tickers. It looks like Meta's making the first push towards that now. Let's see if we actually get it though. Meta, would you go through the 670 again for us, please? Please, sir. Where's Tesla today? I didn't have it on the watch list, but I just want to see where Tesla's moving. Tesla's 417, down 1% today. I'm just going to put the Tesla chart down here. I just want to take a look at it. Yeah, very wiki. Okay. Yeah, nothing to take there. Just wanted to see it. Double bottom there at 417. That's not bad. It's probably a good sign. Yeah, Palantir is a bit above my level here, but I don't want to do it until ES and NASDAQ get above VWAP, or at least ES. That's why you always want to scale out. So the whole idea behind scaling out is making sure that you can protect some of your profits. That way you can hold the rest of the trade and let it run a bit. A little volatile here. A little wiki, I should say. Not really volatile. A little wiki here on this candle. Both on Meta and Palantir. If you look at the same 5-minute candle, basically on ES, it's a little wiki candle as well, as you can see here on SPX. Just hanging out here while I'm still in these trades. Otherwise, quite frankly, I would hop off for the day because I will admit there's not much left in the market as far as plays go. I would just protect your capital now. We're back in the range that we were in to start the day. As long as we stay, though, below VWAP here on ES and NQ, I'm probably just going to hold these Palantir and Meta trades for now. That was weird. I was like, who's talking? It's in the music. Here goes the move down again. What the fudge just happened? That was weird. My mouse just connected to my iPad somehow. I have no idea how I just did that. Palantir is back through the 142 level. Its low of day, though, is sitting at 141 and change. Alright, seriously, that's weird. That's so bizarre. NQES starting to reject again here. Trading Wiz, my first moderator. Mr. Joel is my first moderator. I don't know what he does, but he is the moderator around here. So you will obey his authority, whatever that means. Trading Wiz, Joel, our moderator, who has kicked our ass in trading so far this year, I think. I think he's ahead this year. At least last couple of weeks he is. Meta, I don't like the 675 break here on Meta. I'm trying to be patient because ES and NQ are still below VWAP, but I really don't like this 675 break on Meta. I'm probably just going to hold it, though. I do think we could see another sell-off. I don't know. It's hard to say. We're back in this range, but obviously I'm a believer. I'm still holding my contracts, my puts here. I'm very confident that Palantir is going to hit this 140 level today. That's where it's going to bounce more than likely. I give Palantir about a 60 to 70% chance of bouncing off the 140 level, assuming it gets there. I'd give it about a 50-50 if it gets there to begin with. I was out so late last night. A little tired, not gonna lie. Feeling it today. Suffering the consequences of a late night out right now. But that's okay. Good trades heal all. At least it heals me. I started streaming, multi-streaming on YouTube as well. If you're watching on Twitch, stay on Twitch. I don't think I've got a single viewer on YouTube. Which is a little funny. I think it's a little funny. We had our most viewers ever. We had 9 earlier, which is the most I've ever had. But we lost most of them. That's okay. Been good. I've been happy with the support that we've gotten so far on the stream and everything. Okay, I'm gonna cut the meta here. There's just it's not worth it. Palantir, I'm still holding for now. Meta is through its VWAP, so is ES. So I'm going to respect the stop loss, unless it rejects right here. I'm going to respect the stop loss here on Palantir if it hits it. Jim Cramer said, everything is not fine with Bitcoin. Quote, people need to get out, unquote. I guess we should buy Bitcoin. Isn't that the joke of Jim Cramer, that everything he says, the opposite happens? They created like a reverse portfolio on autopilot for him, and it basically just, basically, I don't know, actually know how they do it. I don't know if they just short everything that he says is going to do good and vice versa, or how exactly they trade opposite what he says. They would have to short it, especially, you know, I mean, you could buy shares if he says to sell something, but you would have to short it if he says to sell something. So, I don't know. I'm interested. Meta made a big rejection, big move up there. Quite a aggressive move here, yeah, on the last candle there. Palantir still hanging in there. We're hanging on this Palantir trade. We're just in one contract. The P&L is going to be moving pretty slow because of that. Just waiting for the 140 breaker, this stop loss here to hit at 143 and change. If ES and NASDAQ get above VWAP, ES is now above VWAP, I will probably just close it, the rest of this, and just take the profits. Okay, we're going to cut this Palantir here. I don't think there's any use of being still in this trade, personally. With ES above. Let me just see. Sorry, I did not cut it. Yeah, we're closing that. Palantir closed. Meta closed. 2 trades today, 2 winners. If you caught them, put it in the chat. Let's review that trade super quick to close out the stream here. Okay, let's recap. What happened today? So pre-market, our levels were 681 on Meta. It was 681. I changed it to 675 now if you look at my watch list. It was 681 on Meta. So it broke through that 681 level almost immediately. So we were waiting for a low of daybreak, which happened at about 9:50 a.m. Eastern. But there was a key level there at 677 that had now formed, that it had wicked off of on the previous candle. So because of that, I was waiting the breakthrough of 677. We got that on the next candle. I entered puts. We rode it all the way down here to this 672.50. We took some profits. We rode it further down to 670. We took some more profits. We set our stop loss. Basically, well, you can see right here, it got down to 673 at the end. I ended up holding it a bit longer because ES and NASDAQ were still under VWAP. But basically, we had our key levels. It was just a kind of a basic continuation play, momentum play. We did the same thing on Palantir. Our level on Palantir was 153. It broke that almost immediately at market open, as you can see here. We waited to get out of the first 5 minutes and waited for volume to come back in. We saw the drop through the 149 level that was here at the 8:40 a.m. Central and 9:40 a.m. Eastern candle. And once it dropped through that 149, I was confident enough to enter those puts. We entered those puts, and we ended up seeing a continuation down all the way down to 141. I thought we were going to get down to 140. We didn't quite get all the way there, but really, really nice move on Palantir. We just slowly took we slowly took our profits along the way. The one thing I want to call out, my position sizing today was light. Both of those trades were only a little under $2,000 in total position size. And so we made 2 trades, combined total of about $3,500, and you can see our P&L on the screen. So we did a little over 30%. I think it's actually going to work out to be a bit more than that if I pull the exact position size, which I will do. So we had a little bit above a 30% trade or 30% gain between the 2 trades today, which is fantastic. If you can get that on every trade, you will be a very profitable trader because our losses are never going to be more than 20%. And quite often they're not ever at that full 20% because we've moved our stop loss down or we scaled out a little bit and then got caught, so those 30% trades are really, really important for getting wins, and knowing that our losses will never be that big is huge for us. So really, really fun move today. I enjoyed it. We are going to close there for today. Thank you, everybody that joined today. If this is your first time on the stream with us, please give me a follow. I take plays like this every day. I'm on here every morning, live trading for you guys for free. So please hop on and join. Just give me a follow. Follow my X if you can as well. I've got a lot of good stuff that I put on there, articles, tweets about different stocks I'm watching, updates on the stream, things like that. So give me a follow on X. You can see that in the background there. That's Strats26. But other than that, that's all I got today. Great day trading. Thank you for those that participated. Thank you for those that came and watched. Appreciate every one of you out there. So